Thank you. It's the time everybody stay on the right side of the history. All the mistakes they did, we did, we should make it up. Stay on the right side of the history. Stop appeasing Islamic fundamentalism. Stop dealing with Iranian government. Stop to say we don't want war. We don't want to be a strong policy against this government. It's the time to support the Iranian resistance. The resistance that over 3 decades they put their life. Is the book there? Over 120,000 of them get executed. I had the honor a few months ago, we had a meeting in Paris with our president-elected Miss Maryam Rajavi. Mr. Frank and his wife, it was with us, we go to that meeting. We brought the majority of the Congress of United States. 218 congresswomen and congressmen support this cause. They reject appeasement. This appeasement is a dirty things happen to the human in this world regarding the Islamic fundamentalism in 21st century. We brought John McCain, we brought John Bolton, Giuliani, and Mr. Frank, and over 3,000 parliamentary around the world, he was witness. They came to the Miss Maryam Rajavi and support the resistance, and they announce it. This resistance do not ask any money. They don't want arm. They don't want any soldier from anywhere around the world. Till now, I'm talking to you, the world just appeasing and helping the United States, the Iranian government. The biggest enemy Iranian government had was Mr. Saddam Hussein. He was 8 years war with Iranian government. They go killed him. We had opportunity to have a small land in Iraq, and we have equipment to have a fight against Iranian government as a freedom fighter. That over 3,000 parliamentarians support them. They are independent. The Iranian people is help them to be on their feet and have this fight against most dangerous organization, government around the world that is dangerous for everybody, every single person in this world. From now, I leave the microphone to the podium if they have any question. We would like to answer.
Well, I'm not understanding what happened in this meeting that you went to with Giuliani, Bolton, and you guys.
The international community of Iranian expatriates who are resisting the regime in Iran annually meet in Paris with members of the European Union Parliament and the different parliaments of the component European states. Among them were a number of congressmen and American dignitaries, as was mentioned. The problem is, of course, that there is the appeasement policies towards Iran of the present administration, and frankly, a number of aspects of the past administration have stalled any kind of progress of supporting the resistance in Iran. Hey, Anderson Cooper's hair gets messed up, and how many times do you see it on CNN? Bahrain, Cairo, Tunisia. But meanwhile, there's real bloodletting in the street of Tehran. I was there in 2009 while those demonstrations were going down in June. And we saw when Nita was killed. And we saw when when there was too many casualties happening, they pulled back. Because the resistance fighters, like the Americans, are decent. I mean, there's plenty of cowboys and pioneers and freedom fighters left in this country. And we're not going to go down without a fight, but you have to see the way these Persians do it for their homeland. Here's the secret as I see it, and here's where the American dignitaries come in the Congress. The Iranian Resistance, the People's Mujahedin of Iran, the Mujahedin-e Khalq, as it's called, are not asking for troops. They're not asking for money. They're not asking for Israeli jets or American Marines. They're asking for the moral and political support, maybe a little covert, little co-ops here and there, but basically the moral support of the United States government and the European allies to lead the resistance. And I think that they're ready to take them down, but I want Max to speak to that. John Bolton, Giuliani, Tom Tancredo, Ted Poe, even Sheila Jackson Brown. It's a great array in Congress and in the former members of cabinets who are fighting very hard to get the support for the Iranian resistance. And you have to ask, or at least I ask as an American, why is it that all of these other revolutions this week that we're watching these states go down one after the other is getting maximum press, and the real fight that's going to bring down our only professed enemy, aside from maybe Gaddafi, but the real true threat to America, the fight is going on, and you see nary a word about it. I want Max to speak a little bit about who are the resistance fighters and what is the movement all about.
Is Maryam Rajavi, is he a, you said, it says that he's a, what is it?
President in exile.
The president, oh, in
A woman.
exile.
She's a president in exile.
She, okay.
Yes, one of the biggest victim in Iran is the woman.
So she is the Democrat movement?
Yes,
Okay.
secular. They're looking for a secular government, and they believe the equality of the women and men. They don't have any chance one group of the people have more than the others. And they established about 47 years ago. Unfortunately, when the Shah of Iran, the people get tired of this dictator, the people want to kick him out. The true leader by the Shah's Savak, secret police, they was all in prison till last few days before the government of the Shah fell down. And when they came out of prison, the Savak program was that they don't let anybody has a freedom to have a book or have in the free world have the information. And the people of Iran, the only person they brought to the stage and showed them was the Khomeini. And they didn't let any activity for other organization. Unfortunately, the revolution in 1979 stolen by Khomeini, that you saw it here. And when the resistance establishment takes few years to establish himself and stand on his feet, and the people get to them 100, 200. In the first rally we have against Khomeini in the University of Tehran, we was only 300, 350 people. The next demonstration we have, Tehran has 2 million people that time. 500,000 people came to the street against Khomeini. And the Khomeini's answer to them, it was just machine gun. And same night, our daughter, our brothers, our sisters get in prison without know what is their name. They execute few thousand of them just the first night. Until now, this is a book of 120,000 of them that the name, addresses, pictures, all of them get killed by them.
And your brother and sister are gone?
The 17 members of my family, yes, get executed in the prison of Iran.
So where did everybody else go? Miriam Rajavi and you? When did you get out?
In that time, for example, my wife was pregnant, my second son, Sasha, it was 1 day, 2 days old. Me and my wife and my 2 kids run away, go to the border, and from there we go to Germany. Germany did not accept us. After a few weeks in transit, we go to Italy. After that, Italy kick us out. We go again to the Switzerland. Switzerland did not accept us. We call all the embassy around the world. The Liberia, Monrovia, I don't know where was that country in that time. With the $200, give me 6 months visa. And we go to Liberia, like in the aeroplane, everywhere stop. I say, here is Liberia, here is, and that time my English was zero. I learned English in the people I talk. I didn't go to school for that. And in Africa, I stayed for 1 year. And after 1 year, I came to England by the tourist visa.
And when was that?
When was that?
Yeah, like
It was
dates.
about 2 years after the revolution. It was 27 years ago.
Okay.
27 years ago. In England, we applied for political asylum, and finally I came to New York. And Mariam Rajavi and a few 10,000, few 100,000 people, each of them has a story. My story is this. And when we came out, we tried to fight against the government of Iran. But I was in United States, Mariam was in Paris, and everywhere was in summer. We need a land next to our country that we can go inside and we can fight with Khomeini. And the only place we had, it was Iraq. Iraq was war to Iran. We asked Mr. Saddam Hussein, we want to be independent and we want to be on the border. We don't need your money, we don't need your army, we don't need your arms, we can handle it ourselves. And our resistance, the Mujahedin and other organizations, they was in the jungles around those borders, on the mountains, we was hiding and we go inside the city and come out, we was fighting to get our rights. Because the Khomeini's answer for any peaceful demonstration was the bullet and arrest, and our children, our house, my jewelry store, everything, when they know who I am, all belong to the government. It is no law, it's not, we cannot have lawyer, and they have to kill us as soon as they can, and they name us whatever they want. And we go to that land, the name is Camp of Ashraf. Today, the name is camp, but it's not that you picture it. It is a huge place with a few university. They have all kind of the facility. They have hospital, and everything again is under Iranian people pay. No government help us for that. And our army is there. Unfortunately, when the Mr. Khatami, another Ayatollah, be as a president of Iran, the world try to appease them strongly. Say, oh, everything changed. This guy is moderate. Khomeini is not moderate, he is moderate. But we know who they are. All of them is same. Just a different mask they have. And to appease the Ayatollahs and have a dialogue with them, and the American policy maker was very thirsty to sit around the table and dialogue with them. Unfortunately, Miss Madeleine Albright, she go and free pistachio, caviar, carpet to Iran. They go under the museum of the New York. They have meeting, a lot of things. And the Iranian government has only one enemy in this earth, and this is their own people, the resistance, the PMI. They say, put them in the terrorist list, we start to dialogue. This is a documentary. He saw the documents came out from many places. And today, Farah Lewis, the chief of FBI, this is a meeting. I've been in Washington 2 days ago. It was a 9-member of the policymaker of the United States came to that meeting and see what they announced. This is Lee Hamilton. This is General of United States. This is the biggest general, strongest one that the United States, all the award was for him. See what they say regarding that this appeasement policy and put the resistance of these Ayatollahs in the terrorist list was a big mistake. And it's a time we remove that. In that time when the Khatami was the president of Iran, for appeasement to him, the European, after 8 months that America did that, Jacques Straw from England and Jacques Chirac, the biggest friend of the Ayatollahs in the world, and they put in the terrorist list in Europe too, and they stopped our activity They put chain or fight in the border of the Iraq and Iran. Till 7-8 months ago, the court of the European, after 7 years fight against that unfair label, by force, they didn't do it by themselves. The court ordered first in European, and after go to the England, and after a few times, finally, they took this label from the resistance. And all of Europe, 27 countries, take that labels off.
Now, Max, time is running short. How can Americans help the Iranian resistance? What do you suggest that we should do as activists in our community advocating for a strong policy for our national security? What do you think we should do?
We believe today is September 10, and we have a view tomorrow, September 11, something happened with the atomic bomb through the Iranian government, Islamic fundamentalism, Hezbollah, Hamas, Nouri Maliki in Iraq. They are all connected, and maybe they get stronger and stronger. The time is tick-tock. We have to do something. See how many policymakers in United States is after that, over 3,000 parliamentaries that, but still the money talk. The money is more valued than me and you and anybody else. The oil company, because Ahmadinejad has a very bad name, he do great deal in the benefit of the Shell company, Boeing, Total in France, Eni in Italy, British Petroleum in England. Today, if you check, the oil is $105. If you go see, you find out Ahmadinejad is selling the oil maybe 1/3 or less. They enjoying the money a lot. Unfortunately, money talk. But if we, like Lee Hamilton and other 218 congresswomen and congressmen and 3,000 parliamentary, we believe that tomorrow will be too late and is a dangerous time, we should support and work on appeasement policy. We should put pressure on Obama. Say the people of Iran is shouting, Obama, Obama, are you with us or with them? Because he's talking about democracy, nobody see. He talk about the dialogue with Iranian people, with resistance, we don't see anything. Still, when Clinton put us in the terrorist list, his wife in the State Department still keep us in the terrorist list. It was 1 year ago in the Supreme Court of United States. We go there, we spend a lot of money. It costs us over $7 million just the lawyer fees that we pay. We bring the State Department to the justice, and the three judge order to review, because we don't see any document that you are put them in the terrorist list. They say we have a very secret things, we cannot announce it in the public. And the court stop us, we go out of the court, State Department go with them to the office. After a few days, the judge say the things they have it in secret is nothing. You have to review it and you have to fix that problem. Still we are waiting the answer of the State Department. I back again to the question my friend Mr. Frank asked. The first things, we have to stop appeasement towards to Islamic fundamentalism. We have to ask Obama, be serious about that. Senator McCain has a strong policy against Iranian government for a long time, and unfortunately, he lost. Maybe one of the reason he say, boom, boom, Iran. He say that. And he was right about Iran. But about the fight against Iranian government, I tell you that the Iranian government will not afraid from Israel, America, or they attack them. They love to see that. Because the majority of the Muslim hate this Islamic fundamentalism. But if Israel or America attack Iranian government, Ahmadinejad come to the stage and say, look, Islam is in danger, join us. The best way and the less expensive and the finest way is invest on the Iranian resistance. First of all, it's their business. It's their own country. They are tired of them. They want to bring them down. Unfortunately, the world is helping them, appeasing them. Just stop appeasing them, that the problem will be solved. That's your answer.
Max, are the crowds radicalized enough to make a final assault on the government? Do they have the firepower to go up against the Revolutionary
They are
Guard?
very strong and they are very organized, you know that. Internationally, they are establishment of the PMI is from Australia to Europe to America to Washington. See the two gatherings they have. To get 218 congressmen and 1/3 of the Senate behind this is a huge work. Mr. Frank have some work, you know how huge establishment they need to have to run those things. Yes, they have and they are ready. Is the time is right.
Max, I mean, the question was not exactly the way your answer was. I think what Frank was asking, and I know certainly what I would ask, is are the boots on the ground ready? Do they have what they need to be able to overthrow the
We
government?
have over 5,000 tanks and the equipment of the war that the coalition force army, when they go to Iraq, they freeze it from us. They took it out of our hand. We had it. We have a
5,000 tanks?
5,000 equipment, 400 something tank, chieftain tank, and all of them belong to Iranian government, to the Ahmadi nation, that we get that out of their hand one by one by paying a big price for that. We have over 5,000 equipment, yes. For the detail of that, if you go to the site of the PMI and the camp of Ashraf, you will find all those things. Unfortunately, when America go occupy the Iraq, they took it out of our hand peacefully. Volunteer, we give it to them. Say we are not part of this war, and our enemy is the Ayatollahs in Iran, and we don't change our enemy to anybody else.